everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. Today's tutorial will be doing the continuation of the tie. Okay, so this is the tie that we just cut off. Cut the tie off, we cut the lining, and this is exactly how it is. You can see, and we're going to sew them together now. So this is it. So the first step that you're going to do is to sew both the side together. So the reason I am if you can see here, I'm going to sew here and here. The line is a bit longer because when you fold it, then this fabric will come out. So after sewing it, then I'll just trim it. Remember when we're actually cutting the tie, both the lining and the main fabric was the same. We just cut it equally. But now I decided to sew the lining, to make the lining a little bit shorter, so that it can go inside. The lining will go more inside, the fabric will go inside. Then you can see it will look really very nice. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Both sides is what I did, and after that, after we sew it, then we're going to trim the edges out and we're going to press it very nicely. So let me go to my sewing machine and do that. You can go as well and do this. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I actually sew the edges. As I told you earlier, I sew the edges right, and as for the other side, I make sure the point is really. You will be very careful to sew to the points, and then when you are there, then you raise up your presser foot, then you can turn it and you do the other side. So that's what I did. So now we're going to put the tie together. So for the fact that here you can see this area, I want it to be outside. You know, when this really pure beginners, so I do it very simple for you. So now what you do is to fold your tie and you press it. Anything you do, you make sure that you press your work, and you make sure that the lining and the fabric actually join together, you know, just like this. So whether they are not completely equal, just try your best to put it together. You can use very sharp needle because use sharp needle because your fabric can get damaged, or you use your other kind of tools to use. Alright? Okay. So I'm going to pin it now. So after we just pin it to almost to the end, then we're going to put the fabric loop, the tie loop that we just make. Okay. Okay. See. Let me use other needles actually. This one's a bit more. So new needle, sharp needle is very essential to pin your tie together, because lining can be a little bit tricky. You don't want the lining to get damaged. Okay. So this is just beginners. For beginners out there, this is the way that you can easily make your tie. You should not be scared to try to make a tie. Just this is how you do it. But this is the excess thread. Okay. So What we're going to do now is we're going to measure from the beginning here, from your front part is where we're going to measure up now. We're going to actually measure about let me just say 8.5 inches up. So this is my centimeter. I use this both a centimeter and inches tape. So what you do from here, the point of your tie, measure it. You just measure 8 inches. Yeah, you measure 8 inches. So from there, you're actually going to put your the loop. This is the loop I made. I didn't make this like this a bias step. So I just cut out of it. I actually cut like 6 inches. This is 6 inches because with the wideness it's about 1 inch. So this is what we're going to put together, and then you're going to put it. You could do like 8 inches or 10 inches because it actually depends on yeah, people has a long tie, some people have a shorter tie, longer tie. So you can just see maybe 8 inches or like 10 inches. You can do that, even 11 inches. So that when you fold it, this will actually be inside. So anyway, when I actually sew it, then you will see what I mean. All right. So there we're going to mark. I'm going to just mark like maybe like 10. Let's do 10 inches. I will do 10 inches instead of 8 or so. I'm going to do 10 inches. So this is my marking of 10 inches. Right, so I will put this one inside. I try to put this one inside the sandwiches in. Then I will sew it. Alright? Then I will sew it round. By the time I finish sewing, and then I will turn it around, and this very one will be inside. For example, this is where I will put the 10 inches. I'll put it here. So you can just think about the person you are making your tie for. If the tie you are making as well is quite long or whatever, so you can just experiment what you want to do. Because when you tie your tie round, then you can just then you can put your tie there in that loop. All right. So this is it. That's what I'm doing. Okay. So this is done. Okay. So let me pin the loop. So this is the loop. So now that I've pinned the loop, I'm going to enable me to sew together. Okay. So pin the loop. Right. So now you will see after sewing it, then we'll turn it around. Then you're going to see what I meant, and I will show you guys. Alright. So now that it has been pinned together, we're going to start to sew it now. Okay, here you go. So okay, there you go. So you just spin it. So what we're going to do now is so when you finish, you turn it around. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sew it from just the beginning to the end. Make sure that your lining fabric is actually joined with the main fabric. That way you will sew, and you may miss your fabric. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me put one more here. If everything is nice and pink. Alright. Alright. Okay. Good. Okay, so we'll go to a sewing machine now. I'm going to sew everything together from beginning to the end. Okay, so you go out there, you can go ahead and sew yours, and I will go ahead and sew mine. Okay, alright, so I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye. No, sorry. I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. So this is what I did. I sew it, as you can see. Then I decided to, after sewing, I decided to press it open. You can see the loop, the tie loop I put here. So I press it open. Then I'm going to turn it around now. You can use this your easy turner to turn it actually, or you can just use pin. Then you can just use a pin to turn it, or whatever you know how to turn, you can just do it. So now I'm using a pin here. I try to turn it in. So let's just see how it will really turn out. Okay, so take a while. When you are doing this, actually you need to take a time because it takes a while. All you have to do, just do it straight. So you can choose the method that you is comfortable for you. So actually do this. You can use this, you can use pin. Some people do use pencil, a kind of stick. So you can do that. Do what is easy for you actually to do. So I just wanted to show you guys. If you don't have this, for me this is quite easy. You can just put it, turn it, and it goes to the other side. But if you don't have that, you can really use safety pins. I use safety pin to do it. So if you don't have safety pin, everybody has safety pins, okay? So you can just do that. You start from the smaller area, the small section of the tie. You just do it down. You just put it like that. Just the way you put elastic in your pants or your skirt. That's how you do it. Okay? Yeah, it is. We're almost there. Like that. So the magic will come soon. Okay, so now we just pull it out. We're going to pull it out. See? Okay. Just pulling it out. You have to be careful so that you don't damage your stuff. And that can be difficult because of the neck area, which is quite small. So take your time to do it. Don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush. Alright? Okay. There's the loop. So what we're going to do now is to you leave it open like this, and then you're going to press your work. You're going to press your work, and then this loop that we just made, we're going to do it like this. I'm going to use hand to fasten it. Alright? So that's what we're going to do. So now I will go to my sewing machine. I want to press, I want to make sure that this sewing area actually goes to the tip. Then everything will be nice and smooth. So I will go now and you see the pin that I use just a little fabric I took. So I'm going to remove it now. Okay. Yeah. It's really weird. Okay. Alright, going to my ironing board and ironing. I'll show you guys. Okay. So I'm back. So this is what I did. I get it iron, as you can see, very nice and flat. So this like this. So let me actually measure the centimeter of this tie. Inches. Let me see the from the point of the tie. Let's see if it is up to the point. Yeah. Okay. Good. For the point of the tie, you can just measure all the way to the end. So this is 156, and that give you 61.5 centimeter. 156 give you 61 inches. So this is pretty okay. This is good. Not that long, but it's a bit too. It's a bit too, because I really wanted to have like a bit longer. I'm measure it in inches. Okay. I'm going to make it very straight. I don't want to. Okay. Okay. So this is 61 inches. 61 inches and a half. 61 inches and a half. Well, unfortunately, it's a little bit too short because I want to make it like 62 inches. But this is 61 and a half. So the difference will not be all that bad. So that is why when you are sewing your tie, you should be be very careful, because I guess that half inch that is a little bit too wide, is a little bit too short, maybe because of the sewing. I did not add enough sewing allowance and so on and so forth. So I don't know, but I think that would do. That would be very, that would be nice. Okay, so let me just see this is the finishing of the tie. So let's say so it's 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. The wideness, the tie 2.5 inches. So 2.5 inches is okay. And this one is like 2 inches. And that's fine. It is absolutely fine. Because with skinny tie, standard of skinny tie, it is just 2.5 inches. Yeah. So when you want to have a wide tie, maybe the standard tie, then that can be 3.5 inches. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good. So you can see the tie loop that we added to the tie. You can see that's exactly how it came about. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is to actually sew the tie loops. So you can see I have a thread, my needle. I use very thin needle so that this tiny needle you're able to sew the tie loop without not being thin. You see, I sandwich this inside and then I sew it out so nice like this. So what you have to do is just make sure you position it in the middle, just like this and like this. So you can see. So what I'm going to do now, just to sew the edges, just the tops, just to sew the edges. Make sure you do by hand, all the thread that inside. So when you actually do it by hand, then nobody said still very tiny. You just use you can use pin to hold it so that everything will be in place when you are sewing. Alright, just like it. Because the important thing, I hope you guys can see. It's in place. So the important thing is just the edges that you're going to just sew. To put it in a size so. Because the needle is so tiny needle that you don't even see it in your fabric, okay? And then you can see it here, doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay, you can see that just like that. So that's how you do it. So when you are sewing it, you have to make sure you don't take inside the metal, because then it will be visible. What you need to do is just to sew from here, and you just pick the stitch very tiny, not so inside. Just take it like this. Like when you are hemming your skirt or pants, just take it like that, and then so then you just all you need to do now is just to actually just about to hold it very tiny. You need the time to do this. Just take your time to do it. There's no problem about that. Take your time and then do it very nicely, slowly, you know. And so then your tie will be ready. So just like this, right? Okay. So that is it. You can see inside, you do not see, right? So you do not see it there. So that is it. So you can so that is it. So I will cut my thread now. I'll cut it with my scissors. Let me grab my scissors. Okay, I'll cut it now. So you see, you do not see anything, nothing at the edges. So I'll just do so that's it. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. So grab my thread. I'm going to make sure I do the other side. I hope you guys are actually seeing. So you can see what I'm doing right now. I put my needle inside the bias tip, and I just tuck in this excess thread in, so that nobody see it anyway. You see? So you just have to just sew it very thin. Take your very thin fabric. That's why I actually use this thin needle, so that I can able to do it. Just take your thin needle. Always make sure your needle is sharp. Otherwise, if your needle is not sharp, it will damage your tie. Alright? So just take it very thin. Make sure you don't pick too much of it, the fabric, so that it will not appear outside the tie. You know, when you have others in front of the tie, it will not be nice. Alright? So that's it. So this is what you do with your hand. There's no way you can do this with your sewing machine, and that is tie. So you don't do that. You can see tie is very simple to make. Very simple to make. But it's just beginner. So as time goes on, you will learn how to make other type of tie. But this is also quite good. You just sew it round. That's it. But later on, you can, instead of using sewing machine, you can as well use hand to actually do the whole sewing. So you can do that. So that is that. So done. Almost done. So like this. So it's done. Okay. You can see I'm done now. See? Have your loop. Alright. So that is that. So I just fasten it now. Then I am done. Alright. Okay. I'll cut it and fasten it properly. Okay. Okay. So that is that. So I just wanted to fasten it again. Just tie it up so that it can be secure, because that loop going to be used all the time. So whenever you wear your tie, you're going to use. So it's good to secure it. Okay, so that is it. It is done. Alright, so you can see this is done. The tie is nice and straight. Please always take care of your work by ironing it. So when you iron your work, it will look nice and flat. You can see. So you can make your loop. You can actually make your tie loop by yourself by using you can use the same fabric to make your tie loop, but for me, I just decided to use my bias tape to do it because it's more convenient for me. It's easy, and so I just decided to do it. And as well, the color is a bit in the fabric as well. You can see I use almost everything to go with the tie to be matching. I use the this lining because there is a form of dark brown on it, so that's why I do that. Alright, so this is a kind of dark brown. You have black on it, you have light brown on it, dark red on it. So so that's why I choose this fabric to do it. And so you can see so it really looks beautiful, and it's just an African fabric, so you can use different kinds of fabric to make a tie. You can use silk to make your tie. You can even use linen to make a tie. So this is the fabric that I choose, African fabric. So this is it. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. If it's helpful to you, you can give me a thumbs up. You can share my video to your friends, your family members, and above all, you should go and practice, because practice makes perfect. So you can do something for your husband, your boyfriend, your sons, and so on and so forth. You can even do for your daughters, because nowadays girls are wearing those ties. So now you go ahead, and I must say thank you very much for watching, and you have a good day wherever you may be. Alright then, see you, bye.